Well, according to the CDC, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 9 men will be sexually assaulted in their lifetime.
Payton Marshall spoke with a forensic examiner about what goes into a sexual assault kit, hoping for more transparency.
Yeah, Rob, Tricia, police gather evidence through a sexual assault kit, but there's not a lot of information on how the process works. The examiner that I actually spoke with here, she spoke with me about how timing is a crucial aspect. She says typically there's a 96-hour window for evidence to be collected. When talking about sexual assault kits, why is it important to provide transparency on this subject?
Well, when someone goes through something as hideous as a sexual assault, that's terrible enough. You lose all your sense of control, of your own self, your own body. And so when they come in and we go through the sexual assault exam, it's personal.
Forensic examiner Christine Hazard says sexual assaults often go underreported, but she wishes more people knew that in Ohio, the kits are free of charge.
I had someone ask me the other day where they go to pay and how much this was going to cost, and it just about broke my heart.
She says patients have to give continuous consent throughout every step of the process, adding that they can choose to stop whenever they want.
But talk to me about why is it so important to have every aspect of this exam included in one of those kits?
Every aspect kind of plays into one another and supports one another. Maybe they were bitten somewhere, maybe they were slapped somewhere. Those are places they were touched. So I need to consider that when I go through the part of the kit where I collect the dried stains.
The process includes derobing, a body examination where blue light is used to search for dried stains. And this is when the examiner and the patient wear these goggles for protection.
We go through oral swabs, we go through swabs underneath the nails, anywhere on the skin that they were touched, licked, kissed, bitten.
Intimate photos are collected, underwear, and sometimes clothing. Just weeks ago, I took a tour inside the BCI lab to see just how these pieces of evidence are processed. But it's how they're retrieved from the patient that Hazard says is so important, adding that it's very trauma-focused.
They've sustained trauma. This is a very sensitive area. We talk through everything before we do it. We ask permission before we touch them.
Hazard says the entire process takes around 4 hours.
Just normal sounds like the clicking of the speculum can be very startling for people. So, part of that trauma-informed care when you do the pelvic exam is you're walking them through the sounds and the feels before it happens.
Hazard says if there's any concern that drugs or alcohol were involved, whether willingly or non-willingly, urine and blood could be collected.
We have a little vacutainer and needle and some betadine so that we can do the blood draw. Everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own choice of how they handle this, and there's no right or wrong way. If they choose not to report it, not to come in, that's okay. Everyone's story is their own story. But if they do, I want them to understand that we're here to help them.